I got a new toy. This is the 24mm f1.4 gem. According to all the reviews I've read in the last few months, this is a very sharp lens. It's important for a lens to be sharp when I have a 60 megapixel sensor there. This is one of the few lenses that can actually out-resolve the sensor. The lens is supposed to be very sharp from corner to corner, which is key for the kind of work that I do, being a landscape photographer. I've been using a 1635 on the alpha mount, which is not a bad lens at all. It's been carrying me for 4 years now. It's been a pretty long time. It's pretty decent. The only big problem I've ever had with it is the sharpness at the corners of the image. There have been cases like the last image that I took where the sand in the corner of the images wasn't as crispy and sharp as I wanted it, and that was a little bit distracting. Also, it's very important to have very good corner sharpness when you do focus stacking, so you stack several images. This is the main reason why I went for this lens. Also, the other reason is, well, it's a 24mm fixed lens, it's not a zoom, which forces me to be more deliberate in my kind of shooting. When you have a zoom, you find yourself naturally composed by zooming in and zooming out ever so slightly, which is okay, it's convenient, but it detracts a bit from pre-visualizing the image and having a good idea before you actually take the shot. I'm now moving to fixed lenses because I want to go back to that kind of deliberate shooting that I was very often employing in my first 5 years. My first 5 years I basically never had a zoom. One of the very interesting characteristics of this lens is having an aperture ring on the lens itself. It can be controlled from the camera, of course, but having it on the lens is peculiar, to say the least. At least for me, I've never had a lens of this kind. On the alpha mount, I tried a 24mm once when I was in Maui. And that was a really good lens. It was a Zeiss lens. The rendition was actually pretty good, and corner sharper was pretty decent. So I'm extremely excited about this one. Let's open it up. I'm excited. Let's try it on the camera. Yeah, this is all metal. Even the hood. And the hood inside has this nice finish. That's to avoid reflection that could go into the lens. Oh, I love to peek inside. Look at this. This looks extremely good. I was talking about the aperture ring. And yeah, works as expected. The build feels very solid. You can see that when I rotate the ring, the diaphragm inside changes size. That's expected. But that also has the interesting advantage that in the field, you can literally see the image exactly the way it's going to be captured. I mean, here, this is what you see is what you get kind of scenario. The camera balances really, really well with the vertical grip and this lens. It's a pretty small and compact package. That's amazing. In my review, I expressed some doubts about the handling of the camera itself, because it's a small mirrorless camera. It's supposed to be small, but as I say very often, I like big cameras. But I bought the vertical grip, and with the vertical grip, the camera handles really, really well. And with this lens, the entire package is extremely well balanced. I'm really enjoying holding it. Just trying focusing. Well, it focuses really fast. Of course, that's expected. I mostly use my lenses in manual focus because I use it on a tripod. So it's very important for me how the focus ring feels. Oh, and this feels extremely nice. It's a linear focus mechanism, so it doesn't ever stop. Love at first touch. Oh, it feels really smooth. It's really beautiful. That feels great. The lens has the clicking option here. Click can be turned off, and then the aperture ring becomes super smooth. It's very useful for videos. I don't plan to use this camera much for videos, but just in case, the option is there. Typical for this kind of high-priced lenses. And autofocus, manual focus. Control there, and focus button. When you manual focus, the camera automatically zooms in, so you can be very precise. And there's a distance scale that appears on the LCD. It's very useful. It's very cool. And then back to autofocusing. Feels great. A little digression here. I recently added this wrist strap from Peak Design to my setup. And you can see that I don't have the neck strap here. This setup is great. I've been waiting for this for years and years and years. I cannot tell you how many times I cursed against the neck strap going on top of the LCD and just being around and being annoying. But with this, I can take it off. Shout out to Peak Design. It's really, really good. It's really well made. The entire setup feels high-end, as it should be, and everything is very high quality. I can't wait to give it a go in the field. I'm planning to go in the next few weeks down to the coast here in North California and do some seascapes, mostly to try the lens, but also because I haven't done any seascape in a while, and I'm kind of itching for getting my trousers all wet again. I'm missing it. I'm gonna see you there. You're gonna shoot some seascapes with me. Take care. If you like my work and the videos, subscribe down there, or up there, down there. Thank you.